Guys, Disney has officially acquired Fox, so that means X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, all that stuff can now be in the MCU. But should they? Let's talk about it. Now, this is going to be a fairly quick video, more of a conversation starter. I like to start conversations. I want to see your guys' comments on what you think of this. I can reply to you and we can have a discussion about it. What I'm going to talk about here is specifically the character of Deadpool and why I think he should not be in the MCU. Let me preface this by saying I love Deadpool. Love Deadpool. He's a funny-ass character, an awesome character. I just don't think the way his character is now will work in the MCU for multiple reasons. One is Deadpool's rated R. There's no other way of putting it. A lot of people, including me, thought you could pull off Deadpool without the R rating, but once the movie came out, you're like, okay, yeah, Deadpool has to be rated R. It makes it so much better, from all the blood to the swearing and all the inappropriate jokes and some of the sex stuff. You can't do that in PG-13. And that's who Deadpool is. So I don't want them to put him in the MCU because that means they're going to have to make him PG-13. Because they're not going to turn the MCU R. No matter how many rumors you hear about maybe the Black Widow movie being R, no chance. Zero chance. The MCU itself is going to always be PG-13. So you can't really fit Deadpool in that. Now, another reason is this. All the fourth wall breaking, referencey stuff, I don't think you should put in the MCU. Now, the MCU is just, it's got a lot of humor, but it's humor within the movie, within the context of the movie and within the context of the characters. It works and it makes sense. There isn't any fourth wall breaking, there aren't references, and I like Deadpool when he can do that, and I don't want him to do that in the MCU. I really, really don't, because I feel like it would ruin it. It would take the authenticity away from the MCU movie, for me, MCU movies, for me, because Deadpool, I love the Deadpool movies, and I love watching them, but I don't get invested in them as if it's something that's really happening. I do that for the MCU movies. So I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from here, at least you understand my point, that I don't want fourth wall breaking and references in the MCU. I want the MCU as it is, with the drama and the character arcs and the humor that fits with the characters and within the story. Deadpool does way too much referencing and fourth wall breaking. I think he should... You know what? I'm just going to say it. I think Marvel should create their own just Deadpool universe, which isn't within the MCU, which isn't within the X-Men universe or the Fantastic Four universe. It's just his own thing where you can bring in characters from other stuff, but it's not canon within the universe that they're in. Does that make sense? I feel like that's the best way to do it, is that you have the Deadpool cinematic universe. How awesome would that be? If he could just bring in anyone, doesn't even have to be Marvel, because he references DC and other shit all the time. Have him bring in anyone, have him reference anyone, break all the fourth walls that he want, have it stay rated R with all the sex jokes and all the crazy violence over the top, and do that. That, I think, is the best idea to do. You can bring in X-Men characters, you can bring in Avengers, but don't have their appearances be canon in their own universes. Have it be canon in Deadpool's universe. I think that's the best way to go. I think that's a really cool idea, and I hope that's what they do. I think it's a real possibility that they would do that, because the character of Deadpool is just so much different from everything else. The reason they can put him into the X-Men universe like they did was because the X-Men universe timeline is so fucked up that it doesn't really matter anymore. The MCU it's a streamlined story, and it makes so much sense, aside from maybe a few inaccuracies like in Spider-Man Homecoming when they said 8 years later. They do such a good job, and they're so intricate about this, about keeping their timeline straight and the way everything happens with all these separate characters and then them coming together. It seems like a real universe where these characters live, and it seems like a real, just kind of real life that's going on with all these things that are happening. If you put Deadpool in there, you can't do that, and you can't have him rated R anymore. So for that reason, I think Deadpool should not be in the MCU. Do you guys agree or disagree? Also, What do you think should be done with the X-Men and Fantastic Four? I think they should put the Fantastic Four in the MCU first, because they need to do Fantastic Four right, and the MCU absolutely can. It's actually kind of funny because Chris Evans played Johnny Storm, Human Torch, in the old Fantastic Four movies, and now he's Captain America, so that'd be funny, but do Fantastic Four first and see how that goes. Maybe wait a little bit with the X-Men. Create your own little Deadpool universe. I just hope they don't put everything into the MCU. I hope they still keep their separate universes. I think that's the best way to go. What do you guys think? Drop a comment below. We can start a conversation. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you are new here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can notify when I post a video. Spread the word, and I will see you soon.